Hello, everybody. Dave, hello. Big thank you to Kathy and oh, thank you. You're welcome so much. Hi, Patty, Alicia, hello. Um, did pretty well sum up today. Donna, hello to you. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to everybody this week. Um, for the Americas, Kiri, hello to you. Kathy Lyon, hello. Cold and windy there today. Um, we don't have really not much of a breeze, and it's like 41 degrees right now. It's going to be, let me see. Tomorrow's high is 35. Wednesday we hit 47, and then it gets cold. We're in like the 20s for the highs and the teens for the lows. So it's like those are more normal temperatures. So I have Wednesday yet above freezing to be able to do anything to get it done for any winter prep. So I have a few things left to do. I just didn't feel up to it this past week, and there were some beautiful days, but wish I had been able to. But I've just been spending the week really just recovering, just trying to get well. Still have a little bit lingering on, but Bex, hello to you. Matt and Sarah, hi. Oh, Matt, anyway. You have a few flurries today. We had some rain today, but that was pretty much it. Dog caused you to fall on trip. Oh, no. Oh, Kiri, you go from one body part to another. Oh, my goodness. Oh, thanks, Alicia. I'm so glad I do. Yeah, last Monday I was pretty rough yet. That's for sure. Oh, my sister-in-law took a face plant 2 weeks ago, um, out in San Diego. She stepped off a curb and missed, like, she, I guess, didn't realize it was there. She misjudged her distance, and so stepped off, and her hands were full of bags, and just went right down, and her face stopped her. Broke her nose, lacerations. I mean, just still swollen. It was bad. Black eyes. Oh, poor thing. She's like, felt so bad for her. Oh, um, yeah, Donna, I am feeling better. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Your whole house had the flu. Oh my goodness. Now you're ready for winter, right? Oh, well, and this is like your rush time too. So hopefully things will be going better for you now. Thank you. Yeah, we don't have any wind right now, but we did have some weather come through. So I don't know if that's affecting you or if your weather is affecting you, Kiri, or what's going on. But anyway, yeah, 41 degrees. What was our high today? 46 and rainy. So kind of one of those days. But I made, oh my goodness, I had to go to Costco last week on Tuesday. And so I don't know if you guys have ever gotten these at Costco. If you go, you topped out at 38. Okay. Um, but and I don't get to go very often because it's over an hour away. And so it's a I usually do it when I have to go get my oil changed to my car. Kind of do, double duty when I go there. So anyway, I usually get the whole chickens that are already cooked and roasted and everything, and they're so good. I mean, these things are big chickens. They've got to be 6 pounders, and but they're for $4.99, $5 for an already cooked chicken. And so I got two of them, and debone them, and I got, I don't know, 10 or 11 cups of meat, somewhere around that. And so I just freeze it in quart bags like 2 cups at a time. So usually 2 cups of chopped chicken is about what I use and what I need for any type of um, meal or as an ingredient for anything like that, whether it's soup or chicken salad or whatever it is. But anyway, so that I could take a quart bag out at a time. Yeah, you love the rotisserie chicken. It's so good. Excuse me. Um, but anyway, I got 2 of them, and so I deboned them, and then I put through 2, 2 batches of the bones into through my Instant Pot, and I always throw, um, onions and celery and sometimes carrots, but not really, just onions, celery, salt, pepper, that type of thing into the my Instant Pot and make broth. So let it go for 2 hours, and it makes such great broth, and by then, the bones are just starting to crumble and everything, so I've gotten about everything I can out of the bones, and so I canned up 8 8 jars of just the chicken stock, and then I had, plenty left over that I got 14 jars of chicken soup that I made. So, it's like the chicken soup. It's like so celery, carrots, onion, garlic, chicken, and parsley. What else did I put in there? Salt, pepper, I think. So anyway, homemade chicken soup with homemade stock already in there. So it's not just adding the water to everything. And it's like, this is so good. But just feeling, under the weather last week, all I wanted was chicken soup. And so I was running low on it. So I was like, let me make some more. Uh, you just broke down and froze it and made a gallon of broth. Good for you. Awesome. Hey, Howie, how are you doing? Um, too far away. Yeah, I have to go to St. Cloud, and it's a good hour's drive. That's where it's like I try to make it um worth my time going there. So um how long do I process the soup? The soup, it in the pressure canner for 60 minutes for pints, 75 minutes for a quart. I just do the pints because it's just me. And usually, well, sometimes I can get 2 meals out of this. If I'm really hungry, it'll be 1 with a little bit of leftover, um and then the broth, or the stock. Okay, there's a difference between, and I looked this up because it's like you hear chicken broth, chicken stock, and you're like, "What is the difference between the 2?" Because they look the same, they almost taste the same. Chicken stock is when you cook down you add water to the bones and you cooking the bones down. Chicken broth is when you just use meat or vegetables and you get the broth from that. You cook it down. So the stock is much better for you because you're pulling all the good stuff out of the bones and everything. So about a half hour from you next to your tire place. Oh, that works good. Um, you cooked a whole chicken in the crock pot last week, then soup on Saturday. Oh, that's good. You're out of soup. We're looking to have a turkey time. We'll have soup. That's lots of good turkey soup. Yes. And I've got a whole bunch of turkey meat canned downstairs too. So I have to start using that. Oh, yeah, Patty, pressure canner definitely is there. I had my plumber out today and this was going away, and for this I canned last week. But so my new batch today, and he was kind of like looking at it, it's like, what's rattling and all that noise? It's like, is your stove okay? So his wife doesn't can, so it was kind of funny. Um, you're tired. You foraged ginkgo nuts today and apples. Ooh, you're sleeping as you type. Oh, Oh, that is early because it's like 4 o'clock for you out there. So, that's a lot of work out there. Hey, Barbara, how are you? No stink bug today? Uh, this is my peppermint, mullein, sage, and elderberry tea. So I'm trying to keep it going in there. So homemade chicken soup and my tea and lots of sleep. So trying to do that. Sad stinky bug. No box elder bug. 5K to the oh my goodness, that is a lot. Oh, that's so great, Dave. I wish I could grow mullein here. I mean, I probably could if I really, really focused on it, but um, I might need to try to figure that out a little bit. But they get so big, so it's like trying to figure out where to put it, in my garden and everything. So, hi, Christy. Good evening to you. Good evening. So, what has everybody been up to? And probably getting ready for Thanksgiving here in the States, I'm sure. And then what are you going to be doing for Thanksgiving? Are you staying home and hosting, or are you traveling? Matt, that would be awesome. Yeah, transplant it here. Absolutely. I would love that. You do for a trip here this summer, right? Actually, it's time for me to come down and visit you. Hey, Joy. Yeah, so I would like to dry that. It grows all over the place. That is so cool. Now, what are the best growing conditions for it? Does it need like a foresty area? Did it need wide open, dry ground, marshy ground? What kind of things does it need? Hopefully, Stina, Kiri, I hope so too. Oh my goodness. You took your daughter and fiance to the airport, had a nice visit from Colorado. Oh, well, at least you had a nice visit with them. That's good. That's wonderful. I'm so glad you had that. Um, and the car's sick. The car's broke. Oh, someone at the door. Okay. You have mullein seed. I think I have some mullein seed too, but again, just not really focused in on where I could grow that because I've been just trying to get the basic stuff done and maintaining, what's there and trying to take care of structures and different things like that. So, Dave, yours grows anywhere sunny, has a deep taproot, digs up all sorts of great stuff from deep down. Okay, that's good to know. About how big around does it get? I mean, I've seen pictures and it looks like it's like a Christmas tree almost, like it's really big at the base and then kind of goes up. So, oh, that's cute. That's a cute hugs thing. Um, your son comes home in a couple days. Donna, oh, that's gonna be so wonderful. Is he done with that deployment then, with that tour? Or and does he just have a break or can he stay home for a while? Mullen likes dry desert conditions. Okay. I have definitely some areas in my yard that would grow then. As big as a large hosta. The flowers get tall. Okay. Yay, it's done. Oh, that's so good. I'm so happy for you. Always a relief as a mom, especially as a family member. Oh, that's so great. Very, very good. So, hey, Michigan Daffodil. Hello. So has anybody gotten some winter yet? Um, like actual snow and different things? Yeah, Donna, that's just so great. We had our snow on October 30th and nothing since then, which is fine. Is that when you had snow, Matt? Hi, Caitlin. And Matt, your new shop just looks so great. I am so happy for you. I'm sure it's been very, very helpful to be right on the same level as the main house and different things too. So, after 3 dry summers, you now have a dozen. That's so cool. Tiny bit of snow, ice. Ooh, okay. Seems to grow larger in good soil. Okay. Have beautiful weather down here, but we'll start getting normal colder weather. Yep, that's what we're looking at too, Donna. Probably like Thursday, it looks like 20s and teens. So you had frost for 3 days. Just hurrying up away. Howie, it's November 20th. You have a little bit of a wait, I think. Oh, that's cute though. You're working right now. Kids are loving it. More room. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That was just a huge undertaking to move, but I know that it's going to help you in the long run. It's been somewhat dry here in the 40s past few days. We could get a 30 overnight. Okay. Oh, it probably is. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Patty. Appreciate that. Christy, where are you again? Because I know you moved, right? But I'm trying to remember exactly where you are. So, okay, I want to go back to the chicken soup here. So anyway, buying 2 chickens, so it's $10 for 2 chickens. You get like 11 cups of meat. And then I think it was about 2 gallons of stock. So I mean, just that alone is just like it's huge. And so then I used maybe a pound and a half of carrots, um, 1.5 packages of celery, like 4 onions, and this is for like um, 14 pints of chicken soup. So 4 onions, just a little bit of garlic, and not all that chicken, of course, not all of that. But anyway, because I still have a lot of it left. I think I maybe used 4 cups of chicken to put in these or something. But anyway, I figured these are about 75 cents a pint at the most because of all the other chicken stock and everything. But yeah, I mean, it's just so cheap. Buy the chicken, can it yourself, make your own soup, and it's like, so yum, so yum. Um, uh, yeah, just the goodness. And when I was when I was on vacation and sick, and it was just like all I wanted was chicken soup, and it was like I don't want anything I could think of that was at the store in canned soup was like all the gooey kind of broth that they had, that they would try to kind of pretend that it was thickened and stuff like that. I would just add that in there, and it was like, oh, that didn't sound good at all. And then you get into like just the Campbell's chicken noodle soup, and it's just flavored water. It's not like true broth or anything like that. And I was just like, oh, so anyway, yes, homemade is definitely so much better. So I was just thinking, this is And if you don't have a garden that you're not canning from or anything like that, this is a great thing to start with because it's like making a stew kind of when you're canning it. Same principle. I just have bowls of cut up food, the vegetables and the different things. And then I just have the jars out and just start filling them, layering them up, and then just pouring the hot broth over it. And really, if you could do something like that over the winter, let's say you have a lot of turkey left over from Thanksgiving or Christmas or something, and you've got, you know, just buy a couple bags of carrots and celery and take the bones from your turkey or your chicken and make the broth and or the stock and try to um, if you have a pressure canner, this is a great way to practice on stuff like that, and you have something really, really good, and you're not worrying about, harvesting everything from the garden, and it's like, "Okay, how do I put this together, and how do I do this?" And trying to get all that done at the same time, and spending the winter months trying to do that, and even if you threw everything in the bones in the freezer, you didn't have time to do it right now. Excuse me, but you wanted to do it, maybe in January or something like that, and just to practice on it. If you need to have, a canner as a Christmas wish list item or something, that would be good too. But it's just something great it's easy to do, just so easy. Biologically modified ingredients, oh, yeah, you're right, Curie is so crazy expensive. Yep, you're right, Howie. I told you my, plumber was here today and I'd asked him if he and his wife, canned, and he said, "No," and he said, "I saw all your stuff in the basement." He said, "You could live a long time on what's down there." And I said, "Yep, I could." He said, "Almost everything is from the garden." It's like, I'm not gonna let that go to waste at all, grow that, but, um anyway, he was pretty impressed with it. Um, $5 for a can of Campbell's soup. Oh my goodness. So March 1st is when your spring comes. Okay. You talked to your son last night and he told you he makes broth for their dogs. Oh, yeah. His his dogs eat better than he does, right? Oh, bones in the chest freezer, poultry big. Okay. There you go. Very, very good. $2 for a tiny bag of instant mashed potatoes. You're looking for oh, I know, stuff is so expensive. Um, okay, another thing is, like, when you're using the celery, if you're going to, just tuck things away in the freezer until you're ready to make stock, um, when you get a whole thing of celery or something, you're cutting off, like, the leafy tops and everything. Save those, if you can, vacuum seal them or something like that, but put them in the freezer, um, and save those so that when you're ready to make your stock, you've got some celery tops already, and you're not having to go out and buy celery and do all that, and you can just throw them in there, so that works really good. Another trick that somebody told me about was when you put the, chop up some onion and put it in there, I just, like, kinda quarter it or eighths or something like that, just chunks of onions in the pot, but they said if you put some of the outer paper stuff, the brownish paper part of the layers, and you keep that in there too, that will give your stock a beautiful golden color. So, some other broths, if you don't have meat or anything like that, you can certainly do, just a broth from vegetables. I've canned mushroom broth, from when I canned mushrooms. I had whole bunch of the broth left over, so I have mushroom broth. You can do onion broth too. Just, put a bunch of onions in a pot with all that and just make a nice broth, so you've got this onion broth too. Um, just different things like that that would add flavor to whatever you're doing, like if you wanna throw that in for rice or something like that. Um, Make lots of soup in the fall and winter, but you also keep several progressive brand soups on hand. Yeah. Um, you giving your dogs chicken bone broth and rice when they were sick. Okay. To use your how-to video to make oh, Donna, okay. I hope that works well for you. Dehydrated celery, yes, you can do that too. Potato skins, carrot tops, yep. Anything that you would throw in there that you might be using, for, um, something else that you're making, and you would normally throw it away, just freeze those up and have those on hand. You can just throw them in. So, dry onion skins, too much can give it a bitter taste. Yeah. You don't wanna have too much in there, just, a few. I think I put in 2 or 3 maybe because I didn't have that much. Um, I only used 1 onion per thing, so there wasn't that much. You can color eggs with onion skins. I've done that before. That's very, very fun. If you have shell peas, the pea pods are great for snack. Ooh. Um, there's probably a lot of videos out there, Alicia. It's really not hard. You know, if you're afraid to like even learn how to do your own broth or stock or something, even just start with some bouillon or what is it? Uh, I've gotten a couple boxes of it's called Herb Ox, or the Canadians say Herb Ox. And so, and those are really good. They're little envelopes of bouillon. You basically, I mean, there's different brands out there too. So you can always add that to the water and kind of get that going. And then the key is to so when I make a soup just for myself, like just for a meal or something, and I'm just starting it from scratch, basically. If I will put a little oil in the pan and then have put some chopped up or diced up onion in there and chopped up celery. And so I'll get that sauteing in there until it's softened. Then And if I have carrots, if I want carrots in there too, I'll add that at the same time, just to start getting them all softened and kind of cooking. And then I will add chopped up meat to all of that and kind of get that cooking in there with the flavors. And then I'll add either my soup stock or some broth that I made from bouillon or something like that and throw that in there and then start to, season it, flavor it. Just something really basic. It's just some meat and vegetables really is what you need. And otherwise, yeah, there's a lot of things online you can do there. So, hey Deb, how are you doing? Yes, thank you, Kira. Yes, tons of recipes online, so much better than store bought. Yeah. You have tomatoes you freeze and pop them in the oven, roast them for a couple. Mm-hmm. Cubes or pouches. Hoping to have your garden fence line blocked before spring. Okay. Oh, I hope that'll work out for you, Kiri. Thank you, Michigan Daffodil. That was great. Um, oh, thanks, Howie, for being here. Sleep well. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Um, so okay, we talked about soup, the weather, Thanksgiving. Um, I'm going to my brother's for Thanksgiving. I still don't know what I'm going to do. which I have to decide real quick. I mean, what I'm going to make and what I'm going to bring. But anyway, so on with our seeds. So, Seed to Seed by Suzanne Ashworth. I couldn't read that backwards. So, Suzanne Ashworth. Excellent book. If you are serious about saving seeds, this is the one to get. So, we've already talked about been in the allium family. So, we talked about onions and so today we're going to talk about garlic and chives. So, oh, Dave, there you go. Oh, Chrissy, it's really stormy there. Okay. So there's somebody that left a comment about how much they really enjoyed the whole preview thing that I gave, like in the whole introduction, and the part about the history of saving seeds and where things came from and all that kind of stuff. So, and pollinating and the ways to save. And so I was really appreciated that. So that was great. Okay. So garlic is grown vegetatively from the cloves formed in each bulb. So I think everybody here is familiar with garlic, what it looks like and how it breaks apart. And, there's layers and everything around the garlic. This surrounds each of the cloves. So the bulb is the whole thing that has all the separate little cloves in it. And each clove contains leaves and a vegetative bud. So, which means that that's where it sprouts from. So, anyway, not sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but it's rocambole, Rocambole. Patty, am I saying that right? So it's also known as serpent garlic. Growing for your second year now. Yay! A bunch of channels to collaboration on soup recipes. Oh, there you go. Yep, Soup Timber. There's lots of different soups. And you could even do a soup in your crock pot. Just throw everything in there and let it cook for 4 to 6 hours or something. And it's just so easy. Like put in there what you want to put in there, the things you like to eat. If you want peas and beans and lentils and ground beef, or just all kinds of things. It's really limitless on the foods that you can put in there. You can do all leeks. Leek soup is really good with, you can do potato soup. Talk to Dave about his clam chowder. Let me see. They don't say in here about how close to plant the garlic, but it really should be about, I think every 3 to 4 inches. Okay. I was going to say 4 to 6, but yeah, 3 to 4 inches apart is good. I think it depends on, if you're doing the elephant garlic where you get these huge bulbs or something, might want to give it a little bit more space. But yeah, your usual thing to reach between the weed. Okay. That's a great thing. So, okay. So garlic bulbs, after you harvest them, so generally you plant them in the fall. They have to overwinter, and then in the spring or late midsummer you harvest them. So once you do, after the harvest, garlic bulbs enter a period of rest similar to onions. But following this rest period, and it doesn't say how long it is, I think it depends on what your climate is and humidity and temperature, all that kind of stuff. But following the rest period, garlic cloves begin a period of dormancy. So during this dormancy period, sprouting will occur when the temperature and humidity reach the proper range. So even though if it's dormant, it's like you can still have them sprouting like crazy out there. Um, Correct, Donna. Yep, that's correct. So any thickeners in the soup, you'd have to do it when you heat it up. So if you're going to add a little bit of cornstarch or arrowroot powder or flour or something like that, yeah, if you want a thickener, it's got to be done when you heat it up. Also, no rice or noodles. No rice or noodles goes in there either. So um, I've done it before and it hasn't been bad, but everything it gets really blown up and mushy and different things. But yeah, exactly, Curie. So okay, so in mild climates, garlic is usually planted in the fall and allowed to grow during the cool conditions of winter. So that would be in the south, most likely. Um, this allows the plants to grow to good size before the bulbing begins during the lengthening days of spring. In cold climates, so hold on a second. You helped your friends with a huge garlic farm, plant garlic. Use a cattle panel laid on the ground flat. Oh, oh, that's genius. That's so great. Exactly, Dave. Yep. And again, if you want just a basic soup with just the meat and the stock or something in there with your plans to add whatever it is that you have on hand, any leftovers, you could always do that. But I had some soup that was like this is pretty thick, right? I've got a lot of stuff in here. I had one batch that I had made a couple years ago that was really there weren't many ingredients in there. I think my intent was to add like noodles and stuff like that to it. Um, so I left it a lot brothier and everything. So, but I found that when I really wanted chicken soup, when I wasn't feeling good, I wasn't going to be cooking up the noodles ahead of time and putting them in and stuff. So this time I made my batches really thick and it was great. Excuse me. Um, okay. In cold climates, fall planted garlic will remain dormant under mulch until the spring thaw, but still produces bigger bulbs than garlic planted in the spring. So if you think, well, I could still plant in the spring. Yeah, you could, but you don't get as big of garlic going on. Garlic harvest begins. So if you're wondering when you harvest it, it's not like it is an exact set day or something, but it begins when the plant's partially dry tops bend over. So not when it's fully dry, but when they're partially dry and they start to bend over. Then they're ready to harvest. Garlic bulbs are usually dried for 1 week prior to storage. So don't store them right away. Let them cure a little bit and get that paper dryness on the outside of them and everything. But don't dry them in direct sunlight. You like canned soup just for times you have. I hear you. Yep, Carrie. Yep. After curing, garlic may be stored in paper bags or hung in braids or in bunches. Bulbs that are to be used for planting stock. Now, this is important for the bulbs that need to be used for planting again. They will keep for 6 to 8 months when stored in the dark at 35 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit and 60% humidity. So that sounds like that would be in a refrigerator, right? Um, so if you store them there, they will keep for 6 to 8 months. Now, if you're harvesting them in June or July, probably July would be when you harvest them, I think. You would then at least here in the north, we'd be planting in October. Um, so that's only August, September, October, 3 months after you harvest them. So, um, however, you don't want them to start growing during their dormancy. So you still want to refrigerate them. But I was just thinking earlier, it's like you almost want to have like a separate refrigerator for storing a lot of these seeds and everything. And I know people who do, even a freezer. I think Howie Howie has an entire freezer that he has just full of seeds. Um, but if you don't have room for like a whole nother big refrigerator or, not only room, but you can't afford it, I was thinking, what about just one of those small, like dorm room refrigerators, for like $100 or something. You can get either the little cube ones or the little taller ones or something. And you could just have that tucked in the basement or something. Just keep that running and have it cool and keep your seeds in there. I mean, that's your seed fridge right down there. You don't need lots and lots of seeds. I mean, seeds go a long way. They really do. Um, you're so sick with the flu once you think drinking chicken. Oh, I bet it probably did, Christy. Especially if you got a sore throat, you just can't eat anything, is soothing. You could plant into January here, but October, November is when a lot of people plant them. Okay. Yep, Christy, some of them do. Thank you, Patty. Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier today. There's one of those little mini fridges that some people have them in their offices, but I just associate with having them in a dorm room or something like that. But yeah, dorm college fridge. Your refrigerator that died and you store screws nails. That's a great use for it, Chris. Carrie, absolutely. Okay. So higher temperatures other than the 35 to 40 degrees can cause rough bulbs and early sprouting. So if you're taking the best of your bulbs and saving them for planting, you want to make sure that you've got some good ones there, and you don't want them to do that. Um, Garlic bulbs are then broken apart into individual cloves that are planted. So, okay, chives. So we have common chives and garlic chives. So it's kind of those are the two most common ones. The garlic chives are also called Chinese chives. But anyway, common chives look like tiny clumps of onions. The plants are perennial and grow for years. Each year, some of the plants will produce purple flowered seed heads that are insect pollinated. And I put a link below in the show notes for the chives. And so you can see what they look like, what the heads look like when they're growing and they're all purple and beautiful and everything. And then what those heads look like when they dry, because you don't want to, if you don't want to get any seeds from the chives and you don't want them going to flower, then cut those heads off and just harvest the chives to be using that. But if you want some seeds, let some of the heads go dry up, and they will. You have to kind of watch them because they can just really quickly lose their seed, and it just kind of replants itself. And the seeds are black, so they fall in your soil. You're not going to be able to see them right away. But anyway, it's got really that link has some really good pictures of what the seeds look like. They're a little bit bigger than a sesame seed, and they have kind of a wedge shaped, like a lemon wedge would be. And they're very rock hard. They're black and rock hard, but the flowers need to. Now this is the garlic chives, so they have like flower heads here. So the flowers need to dry up and than open. And you just go along with like, this is like a plastic bowl is the easiest to put under that, and then just shake the heads into them. Because if you start like cutting them and handling them, they're going to just dump all their seeds right away. So anyway, you could do that if you want, especially if you want to be planting chives elsewhere in your garden or something like that. Um, so the common chives, they're insect pollinated. They do not cross with garlic chives or any other allium species, so you don't have to worry about having them a distance apart. You had one that you stored cattlebacks. Ooh, that's good. The potatoes can handle winter. You have potatoes growing right now that sprouted as you planted them. I would cover them, Kiri, with some a good layer of straw or something. I would protect them. Because they don't usually do freeze very well at all. The chive clumps bulk up in size pretty quickly. Yes, they do. Oh, okay, that's a good idea too, Christy. You only need to plant chives one time. That's so true, Matt. Yep. All right, so then the garlic chives, they look like miniature leeks with flat leaves, and they taste like very mild garlic. The plants flower freely in late summer, and they have white flowers, which are often used as a garnish. So if you wanted to use those too. So there's garlic chives are also called Chinese chives and a myriad of names in various Chinese dialects. If different varieties exist and were grown near each other, they would be insect cross-pollinated. But garlic chives do not cross with common chives or any other allium species. Okay, so about the seeds. The seeds of common chives and garlic chives will retain 50% germination for 2 years when stored in cool, dry, dark conditions. Mini fridge. I'm kind of taking more and more to that idea, because it wouldn't take up much room, would it? Little mini fridge. And just store seeds in there. That's kind of an idea. Garlic chives flowers are lovely as a cut flower. Yes. So okay, so give you an idea of the seeds. In 1 ounce, you can get 33,000 seeds of garlic chives, the chive seeds. So anyway, I think that's in 1 ounce. So they're pretty lightweight. 33,000 seeds. That's a lot of seeds for 1 ounce. Okay, common chives and garlic chives are both perennial, tolerating frost but not prolonged freezing temperatures. So they're frequently grown as annuals in climates with winter temperatures below 32 degrees. So I have some that have already frozen. So we'll see if they come up next year. I don't know. Clumps may be dug, stored over the winter, and set out to flower in the spring, if you want to do that. Seed production occurs each spring and summer in perennial plantings. Chive seeds can be direct seeded or greenhouse started. So anyway, that's all there is about the garlic and the chives. So we get into a whole nother family of seeds next time. Are you guys liking this series okay? Is this helpful? Is it interesting? Because we got a lot of the book left, all that stuff. If you want to do, oh, you like it? Okay, well, thanks. Garlic chives don't winter. Okay, if protected, they would. Mini fridge can sit on a counter with other type of storage underneath. That is so true, Curie. Okay. Oh, you guys like it. That's so good. That's wonderful. So, I don't really have anything else. I kind of finished that one early. Um, any questions? Anything that you want to know here? Um, yes, yes, yes. You guys are great. You guys are good. So my hair is sticking up. I just got it cut this morning. So no bugs yet. So what else did I do this last week? I made a lot of soup. Broth and did all that. Um, got my furnace checked today, so we're good to go for the winter. Now you want to plant chives. Well, that might be something that the goats stay away from. They might not eat those. You might be able to put a lot of them around. What do I like to use chives for? Maybe you must. Oh, I didn't really say. Good question. I like chives, and I've got some bottles of freeze dried ones, so that would be nice to be able to do sometime. Um, I like putting them. They're good in soups and salads. Um, yeah, all kinds of different salad. If it's a pasta salad or a lettuce salad, different things like that, just add some really good flavor to it. Um, sprinkling on top of some stir fry is good too. Kind of like somewhat using them like green onions, only they're smaller, that type of thing. So, oh, Patty, ooh, oh, Christy, oh my goodness. I guess I didn't realize you were off grid. Wow. Your garlic came up really small this year, so use them as seed garlic planted the cloves in October. Will that work? Um, it will. No, you will. If you're planting small, you're gonna probably get a small result too. One of the things we learned a couple weeks ago, and there was, um, take seed from your biggest and best things because if you take it from your small things, that's the genes and the structure that's going to pass on is going to be the smaller type of thing or diseased plants or whatever. So you want to take it from your best, and which is kind of hard to do because you're like, oh, this is so good. Look at this huge tomato, or look at this beautiful thing, or whatever. It's like you want to take it and can it or use it or eat it or whatever. But yeah, so we'll see how it comes out. Um, we'll see how it turns out, Donna. So you bought a square sheet of plexiglass put on top of your tub of turmeric is great. Oh, very good. You got your cold frame going there, Kiri. Nice. Someone stole the box and Polo is carrying for. Oh, oh my goodness. Christy, you have had a time of it. I'm so sorry. Soften butter, add snipped minced chives, freeze. Oh, yes. Or you could, if you want to make an herbed butter and just have that as that, or um, make your own herbed cream cheese. Just get plain cream cheese and then put a lot of chives and stuff in there and mix it up and then have your container of that. So lots of great things. Michigan Daffodil, great ideas. How it grows, you may have to get bigger bulbs next year. Possibly, Donna. Yeah. So the ones that you can buy, like, from any of stores or whatever, they'll usually send you, really nice big ones and everything. So, um, try to kinda look at those. So, all right, guys. Well, I am running out of things to say here. So, it has been a joy, again, spending another hour with you. Can make flavored vinegar with oh, yes, yes. Flavored oils too. Yeah, any of those herbs, but yeah, chives can go a long way doing a lot of great things for flavor, that's for sure. So, but all right, you guys have a great week. Take care. God bless. Always have hope. And we'll see you next Monday. Have a very blessed Thanksgiving, everybody. If you're on the road, be careful and do that. So, saved to your cheese ball. Oh, yes, you could. Oh, Chrissy, thank you. It's so, you guys, you're welcome. It's my honor to be here with you guys. So I really enjoy it. Thanks, guys. Hey, Matt. Love to your family too. So God bless you guys. Good night.